Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here to break 85. It's the first episode in the series. Here today at Brent Valley Golf Club, and this is the first hole. Pan. Yeah, and to start off, we're just gonna take a nice easy iron off the tee. 'Cause there's a lot of trouble, right? And I don't trust my driving just yet. 7 iron off the tee, hopefully giving us a nice pitching wedge into the green. That's the idea. A bit hungover. We were at the darts yesterday, me and the lovely cameraman Ellie.
Cameraman?
The camera woman. Good point. So we'll see how this goes. I've not been to the range, I've not hit any balls. There's a very small range here that we'll pass later on. So well, what a shit start. So, given that this is our first attempt at this, it's probably going to be not so high production value and a lot of missteps. But you know, every step is a learning experience. Yesterday we tried this and we were both playing together, and we established we needed a cameraman all on their own. So I'm sure Ellie will be in front of the camera before too long, but just for today we'll be behind. But there we go. 7-9 now into the green after a pretty poor tee shot. Behind a bush it looks like, but decent contact, and we move. So this is Brent Valley Park Golf Course. It's a par 67, 5 par 3s and no par 5s, a couple of long par 4s though that we'll come on to shortly. It's just my local, it's where I played growing up and then stopped playing for a long time, and only started playing again this year. Yeah. So we have not practiced the old 8-iron bump and run. So in these muddy conditions, my only real option is my trusty 56 degree. So I'm just going to make sure I get clean contact. I'm just going to stop dead on the green. So really get it up there. Terrible.
That's a nice shot.
Pop up.
Woohoo. Talk them through your prep process for putting.
Well, not too much to it. Obviously going to mark up that, clean the mud off the ball. That's going to happen a lot today.
Yeah, very
Fertiliser
muddy
on
conditions.
here. A general read of the green, obviously. I like lining up and then just worrying about the weight and the weight alone. What?
Nice.
Yeah, I've been doing that all too much, is reading too much break in the winter. I've not played winter golf before, so I think I'm going to read a little less break every green. Ooh.
Just to show the muddy conditions.
I did not want to be left of this green. Alright.
Go.
You're on the second now. It's a pretty wide open area. Obviously we've got the third and then the 18th fairways on the right, so there's a lot of space, but we'd love to just take it past the ridge up there, driver in hand. Here we go.
Sounded nice.
I've just about got the line. I think we've just avoided the ditch on the right, so it's a pretty good drive, good start. So yeah, I mean, obviously as this is just our first time out here, it's not just a learning experience from all the filming and editing, that side of things, but also as a golfer. So I'd love to hear, you know, anyone that has any advice, from swing advice or shot advice, like maybe I'm leaving all my putts low and I've not noticed, something like that, or I'm coming too steep on my swing. I don't know, anything that could be just advice that I may be able to do better, I'd love to hear it. So this is a first for me, but leave it in the comments down below. And yeah, thanks. Slightly downwind, but very uphill. If you want to have a look. So we're going P-wedge in hand. I think we're about 100 yards away, but it'll play like 120, 130 with that uphill vibe, but just a smooth pitching wedge. There we go. It's about right. Maybe not enough club. Maybe just a touch short and a touch right, but on the green in 2 is always pretty good on this hole, I feel. So result. But here we go. First birdie putt of the round.
What's special about your preparation for a birdie putt, Sam?
It's my lovely gift from my lovely girlfriend who got me this double-sided cap magnet thing, green marker. Whenever it's a birdie putt, we put its birdie time side face down, face up. So here we go, very uphill, wet. It's going to be a slow putt. We need to put some welly behind it, breaking right to left as well. That's too much.
Hit that very hard. Line was right.
That's too much break. It was too much, didn't it? Alright, well. A 5 again. It's not the worst start around here. The front 9 is more difficult than the back 9. And I have a weird tendency to play a lot better on the back 9. Not just here, but everywhere. Perhaps due to not hitting any balls on the range beforehand. Anyway, off to the third. And here we are. Alright, so the third sort of 350 yard par 4 of the day. I don't think I mentioned the yardages on the last 2, but they've both been 350. But this one's back downhill. Just trying to reach just before those bunkers there. That's the aim. Driver in hand. So let's just take you through my bag. Just got this actual bag for Christmas from my parents, so that was lovely. It's got a nice little cooling spot and plenty of pockets, which I'm a big fan of. In terms of the balls I'm using, they're Callaway Callaway CXR Powers, because that's the Christmas present I got from my brother. And then for Christmas, a combined Christmas and birthday present last year from my grandparents, because I said I wanted to get into golf again. I got this Cobra LTDX driver, which is amazing. I think I would recommend it to anyone. And then TaylorMade P790s 5-iron through pitching wedge, which again I'd recommend to anyone. Scabbed this Phaser 56 degree from my dad, which is what I use for all my chipping, and I love it. And then, last but not least, a Rossa putter that I also scabbed from my dad, with a big fat grip that needs a re-grip. But I like hooking my finger under it. You may have noticed that already in the video. Just gives a bit of stability. I don't actually know the rules. I think that's legal, but someone let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's the bag.
Do the job.
big splash down there. A massive thin that might have actually worked out quite well. Oh, got a lot of standing water right here, so you can just pan around a bit and just have a look. Very wet at the moment. Anyway, so we'll just drop back here on the nice ground. And get the old trusty 56 together. Temporary green, so it's not going to run. Just get it up there and close. That's got to go. That's got to go. Yeah, that wasn't terrible. Yeah, okay. Pretty much putting through a puddle. Let's just try and 2-putt. I think I'll be happy with a 5 here. That'll do.
Great putt.
That's a lot of mud in that hole. I'm going to call that. It was only a foot away. So we've got another long par 4. I think that was the only temporary green on the course. So far playing bogey golf, but I quite like that. I think the first 6 are the toughest around here. So yeah, another big open spaces really. We've just got to get it down there. Give ourselves a nice second into the green. Hold on, sit. And that's the only shot that's run all day, and it's run into the bush. That's not good. Let's go have a look. Now, as far as I'm aware, it's a 2 club length drop when you find your ball. Like this. Again, I'm not too knowledgeable on all the rules and everything, but you let me know if I'm wrong. Again, a bit short. We'll take it for a bogey to keep us on our bogey golf run.
Oh,
Unfortunate. All the way to the end. We'll take that though. Double bogey. And on to the 7th. I feel like I'm playing quite well today. Don't expect that to continue. I'm sure at some point, maybe today or on our next round, it'll start falling off a bit. But so far so good, I feel. Coming off the front 9, we've gone out in 42, so we're on track at the moment, just about to break 85. And as I say, it gets a little bit easier through the back 9. One more par 3, of course. Par 67 course, so I really should be breaking 85. I'll talk a bit more about my handicap and everything later on. But yeah, so far on track. No! Hope you enjoyed that voice crack. Now on to the back nine. We've got a couple of options for this hole. We've got a ridge at about 170 yards. That would be my guess. Obviously, don't know the yardages. In general, the option is 5-iron over the ridge, and then no trees in the way on the way down. But with a lot of trouble on the right, I think we're going to go more just a 9-iron, and then we should have a nice pitching wedge into the green over the trees. It's a dogleg left par 4. Should have said that at the start, really. I don't know why I didn't. Yes, and we're just trying to lay up here with the first opening shot. Hold on. I think I caught that a bit too well. We might be too close to the tree now. We'll see when we're up there. I thought I was going to hook around with the lie of where the ball was. I think I overdid it on the. You might be able to tell from the divot here. Overdid it on trying to fade against the slope, and because that is pointing way left. But so yeah, we're a bit right. I feel like this one might actually run a little bit, so we're going to pitch it a little short and give it a nice little close the face a touch. Ball on the front foot, just a little stab down there. It did run out a bit, but I missed my spot. That's the simple way of putting that. And I've left it short yet again. Oh well. Yeah, I'm going to start taking those more seriously. I'm getting pretty lucky. But, bogey, moving on. Normally a pitching wedge here, a nice short par 3 for the 12th. It's about 130 yards to the centre. Looks like a back pin, but I think winter and the back pin means we'll club up one to a 9. Yikes. Inspiration behind this series, this channel in general, although I imagine there'll be a bit about that in the intro. So more about the series, Break 85. For any avid golf YouTube watchers, it's a complete rip-off of a series that Rick Shields does. called Break 75. Obviously I'm not as good as Rick, so but definitely a big fan. And I think another channel that I'm a big fan of, they just did a collaboration together, is Good Golf, with Garrett Clark being another channel. Of course, he's part of Good, everyone knows this, but he's doing a Break 65 challenge. Not being as good and wanting to build to that level, I figured I might start a Break 85 series. It's going to be a bit easier around here today, as I've mentioned, it's past 67. But in the winter, I feel like it'll still be a decent achievement. Yeah, once we start playing some tougher courses, it's going to get more of a challenge. But for the moment, that's the inspiration. And I plan to do it for about a year. See where we're at. Take stock after 2023. Yeah. All right. So we've got a drivable par 4 here, 250 yards. Certainly makeable onto the green. I've never even had an eagle in my life before. I doubt that'll be today, but hopefully it'll be at some point this year that you see my first one. So here we go. Oh no. Well, completely thinned that with the driver, and it swiped right. It's probably a good thing I thinned it, because with that club path, it was definitely swiping into the trees on the right. But oh well. All right. Yeah, just a short little chip into the green, about 40 yards, I think. Just gonna try a little half poke. Just get it to land right at the front pin. Is the aim here.
Oh,
Not bad at all.
oh,
I'll take
Sam.
that. Oh, lovely. Absolutely. Birdie time. Absolutely take that one. We're about, oh, what would you call that? Less than a foot away from my first eagle being a dunk. Either way, we'll tap this in. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of special effect that hopefully you're about to see in a second for birdies like Rick Shields' birdie course. Gotta make the putt first. First birdie on the channel. I'll take that one. Lovely. I should be birdieing this hole, so I'm glad after that tee shot. Yeah.
And you missed it right.
Not too bad. Bogey 4. Bit of a downer after the birdie on the last. We shouldn't be bogeying this hole, or any of the par 3s really that we have bogeyed. I think all of them. So one to improve on. Big dog numbers. Hence the footage that will be, I'm sure, no doubt. Got to give a birdie chance a run. Oh well, one to learn from. Putting my pan down to the card. Just going to go through how I normally score. Obviously the normal score goes in here. This is how many putts I've had. And then in this column we have fairways and greens and regulation. And then any penalty drops or anything like that one I had on the 6th really. I'll then put all this into Golf Shake, which is just the website that I use. I'm sure there's a lot of them, and it spits out different facts about like what your percentages are of hitting fairways and greens. Any bunker stuff would be like sand saves, how you are around the green, chipping and putting, and it's just really helped to like analyze where I need help in my game, where I need to work on, and that par 3 thing has become a bit of something I need to work on because of that, so it helped out. And then as well the approach, so it's kind of all the same thing, those sort of 120s 140s yardage is actually hitting the green, rather than a lot of times it's been, you know, in and around. I'm sure we would have seen it a lot today. I'm in and around and then trying to chip on, which takes birdie out of the equation and then makes pars more difficult, and end up bogeying a lot. So main thing I need to work on is that approach, and that's just that scorecard is like how I've worked that out basically. Yeah. Last hole is the 18th, very similar to the second hole. It is all the way uphill at the end, flat first obviously. We need 4 to break 80. A par breaks 80, a 10 is what I need to avoid to break 85 today, which I'm very happy with. I didn't expect at all. Yeah, so we're just waiting for these guys to move off, which they are now. And yeah, I'm gonna let rip, I think, as it's the last hole of the day, getting the special tiger tees out and giving it a good go. So we'll see what happens. There's a fair amount of space, so we should be all right. But okay, normally these swipe right, so we're really gonna make sure that doesn't happen. We're gonna go through, staying with the shot. Okay. I didn't catch that at all, right? Okay, we're past the ridge, which is nice. It was very toey though, which is why it went left. And I've snapped the tiger tee, unfortunately. All right, so we're past this ridge at 250, up on the bank of this big steep incline. I feel like we have pretty much exactly the same range as we did on the second hole, which was pitching wedge and was short. Not short, but on the green, but like short on the green. This green is a 2-tiered green. It's flat, then a nice ridge into the second tier. The pin today is on the second tier, so I think we're going to club up, take a 9, go nice and easy at it, and hopefully put it somewhere close for a final birdie.
Look good.
Look pretty good. Look pretty dead on line. Let's hope we're up on that second tier. Right. Last little challenge of the day. Up and down for a par, and we've broken 80, so that would be lovely. Yes, all about this chip. I don't want to putt it. It's too rough there, so we don't want that. So we just need to get good contact. Just get under the ball. Get it up on the green. Yeah.
That'll do.
Lovely. See if we can end with this par now. Thank you. Thank you, darling. For 79.
Woo!
Awesome. Yeah, so a lovely round of 79. I can't believe the first one went that well. I'm sure the rest aren't going to go so well. But yeah, that was lovely. Thank you very much to the lovely camera lady. Leave props in the comments. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, because yeah, this is going to be an interesting journey for me. I'm very excited to be right at the start of it. Can't wait to look back on this video in a year and see well, if I've come very far at all or not. Well, it's yet to be seen. But thanks very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, because there's a lot more content coming. Thanks.